Hi and welcome to this week's episode of Magoos Corner. I'm your host Trev, joined by Sean the Diff Jacobson from Rosewater Football Club.
And Trev.
Hello mate, and we're going to go through Division 4 reserves this week. So let's have a look. We did it last week, but we'll just catch up and have a look at the ladder now because we've only got the one side which is Kenilworth that haven't had the bye yet. And Salisbury still undefeated.
Yeah, in the twos, yes, they're the only one undefeated, and they are killing it. It seems a massive percentage, and only looking at the fours for it in the for and against 559 and against 189, so they're destroying this comp.
Absolutely. Edwardstown, the newcomers to the division, 5 and 2, which is a good effort. I think in their A grade they're doing okay.
Yeah, I thought they were going to do a little bit better coming from the Southern Footy League back here, but no, still nothing too bad. Second and probably third in the A grade, I think.
Yeah, I mean there's still a little bit of conjecture about Edwardstown. Have they come in too low?
Yeah.
Seeing the results, I don't believe so.
Yeah,
I think they've come in at the right level and they'll work their way up and earn the right to go up the grades like everybody else does.
Yeah.
Hope Valley, Westminster and Eastern Park still sitting on 4 and 3, just separated by percentage. And then we've got the Colonel Light, Paraka, North Haven and Kenilworth. So North Haven get their second win on the weekend.
Yeah.
I think we saw that. I think they were
very lucky, it seemed.
Very lucky
with
the score sheet. So looking at the first one, as we were talking about them earlier, Edwardstown 14-12, 96 to Eastern Park 6-7-43. So nice one for Edwardstown at home.
I was just saying, I thought they were going to do better, but yeah, no, they've smashed a team that was sitting fifth. So
yeah, exactly.
Good win by them, and very easy win.
Yeah, and then for Eastern Park we had Andrews with 2, Marsden, Hurst, Jolly and Searle, and the better players were Keane, Cohen Bateson, Peter, Banks and Steen.
And for Edwardstown we had a sign-on with 4, Davis with 4, Smith with 3, and singles to Rosenwig.
I was going to say, what happened to him?
Winning, and their best players were Rosenwig again. I'm hoping that's how
the wig.
Yeah. Probably wasn't wide, but Baker, Burford, May and Baswulwa.
There you go, that was a nice one. Looking at the next game, North Haven and Paraka, it was at Largs North, and this one here, definitely one that got away from Paraka. Don't know much about the game because it's just been entered in as the scores for in the last quarter, but 6-18 Paraka to North Haven's 9-4-58.
Yeah, that is, they've let this one slip, Paraka, and out of all the teams to do it to Paraka, they had to do it at North Haven. It's just, you've let everyone down, I tell you, especially in the port area here. God.
Didac with a couple. If that's, I'm just trying to remember if that's the same Didac that I played footy against. He's still going round.
Alan's brother, is it?
I think that they are related. Yeah. Russell, Facey, Trenberth, and Travis, and the best players were Johnson, Travis, Romeo, Hay, and Norris.
And for North Haven, we had Declan Golding with 3, must have been his first game back. Aaron Hinsley with 2, and Butler, Mars, Gordon, and Colbig all singles. And their best players, North Haven, was old-timer Trent Colbig, Seacamp, Gordon, Nicole, and Declan Golding.
Just looking down at some more of those names that are in their lineup.
Manoni's in the
big Matt Gore was in the B grade.
Yeah, and Mooney, another veteran.
Joshy Frank's still kicking on.
Oh yeah,
and
heads in there.
Byron Pickard. But you got both. Was it both Hinsleys in there? No, just the one.
I wouldn't have thought she would be in there.
Chrissy Gordon, Flash we call him. He's still getting in the goal kickers. He's getting quite a few mentions, so it might be on the way back up. We'll have to see. Now the next game we had Colonel Light Gardens hosting Kenilworth at Mortlot Park. This one was a thrashing, big one. 22-19, 151 to Kenilworth, 4-4-28. Hard day for the Kookaburras.
Yep, after quarter time they blew them out of the park. There's quarter by quarter here, it was close, and then after that, game over.
So maybe they got the rocket at quarter time.
Yeah.
So just to change up the game completely, just looked like complete opposite sides, and they kicked 2 points in the third quarter, and 1 point in the last.
Yeah, didn't go down there too much.
No, so just not knowing where these guys are playing, I think some of these guys might be the best players in the back six. But looking at Kenilworth, Cam with a couple, Mabley and Friend were the goal scorers. Best players were Cam, Dent and Matushik.
Yeah, and I know I didn't do Kenil Light because of the amount of names that are on there. So we had 4 to Lang and Steph, 3 to Davey, 2 to Ramsey, Snell, and I'm not even going to go for all the singles, there's just way too many. Best players were Branson, Lang, Madigan, Maffa and Steph.
That's a nice win. That's a good spread of goal scorers there, including the multiples. Now, the last game of the round, we had Salisbury and Hope Valley out at Salisbury Oval. Salisbury just keep going.
One easy.
11-6 to 4-3 27 Hope Valley.
Hope Valley was sitting third as well, still sitting third, and they have, smoked them.
For a side like that to lose by that amount, even though that they're in third position, just tells you how strong Salisbury is at the moment.
They would have been sitting second before that game as well. This would have been top of the table clash, and they've pumped them.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's. I think I'm going to call that Salisbury will take this flag for this division.
Yeah, unless they choke come September in the big dance like North Haven, but I can't see them doing it.
Maybe Havens can send them the premiership t-shirts from last year.
Could do.
So looking at those goal scorers for Hope Valley, Turner with 2. I don't usually get caught. I do not usually get caught. Ochiuto, Gower, and the best players were Cooney, Turner, Hoffman, Tonkin and Arts.
And for Salisbury we had Dalglish with 5, Caruso with 3, and singles to Short, Damasi and Orbit. And best players were Reading, Orbit, Dalglish and Hull and Timperon. Timperon.
So looking, I think that there's been like solid amount of those names are constantly in the better place for Salisbury each week.
Yeah.
Round 9, so the midway point of the season, which next week we'll go through and do reviews of each side. Out at Dwight Reserve, Eastern Park and Colonel Light Gardens.
Eastern Park, they will be dacking themselves travelling out to Eastern Park.
Yeah,
that will be the first time I reckon they would have played out there heaps of these boys, and their eyes will get a bit of an eye-opener when going out there, boys.
So who are you going with?
Oh, Eastern Park. Yeah,
Eastern Park.
Yeah.
Hope Valley and Edwardstown at Hope Valley Oval.
The Edwardstown here. But this one will be close, second versus third.
Yeah, I think Edwardstown will like the big oval, and I think they'll get a win away from home, and it's important that they do coming into this division and then getting set for the latter part of the year. Paraka and Salisbury, Limbon Park, I think that's going to be a given for us.
Yeah, we will both know who we're going there.
Yeah, and Westminster coming off the bye last week against North Haven.
Yeah, are we going Westminster? Just as latter position shows that North Haven sitting second bottom, Westminster fourth, but even though North Haven, I can't believe they're sitting on from there. B grade, absolutely stunned.
Have they got a better side than what they had last year?
I think they do. They've got a lot of older A grade players playing out there right now. But but I'll still go Westminster.
Yep, same for me. And the Kenilworth, of course, having the bye. So once again, make sure you subscribe to the SA Footballer magazine. Have a chat to your club and committee members about having the game called live. It was a massive day on Saturday. At a Tea Tree Gully and Payneham Norwood Union for Division 1 call. It was a fantastic event. The Tea Tree Gully really bought into it, same with Payneham. And we'll catch you again next week.
See ya.